Lewis Hamilton might just be the most influential British person of all time, not only making waves on the track, winning his record 9th British Grand Prix at Silverstone the other day, but also changing the game off the track too with his endeavours to fight social injustice and advocate for change. In this video we'll talk about a side of him which may surprise you greatly given how successful and popular he has become.
People probably don't know that I grew up on my dad's couch, so we didn't have any money.
It is mad to think obviously Lewis now is a multi-millionaire, earning a fortune every year because he's one of the top drivers in one of the hardest sports to get into. The fact that he started off broke, not really having much, it's quite inspiring to see for any aspiring racers.
I remember how it was for my dad to keep me racing. I know how hard it was.
Obviously F1 is a sport mainly reserved for rich people, so you would expect the most successful F1 driver of all time to be fairly wealthy when he was younger, to have quite a rich family, but the fact that it was quite the opposite and his dad had to really help him out so he could keep going, it is a story which is quite surprising.
But you did not grow up rich at all, and your dad made your career possible. Like, how did that all begin? How hard was that journey getting into F1?
It was incredible. I mean, I grew up in a normal council estate, and he thought I had really good hand-to-eye coordination, so he bought me a go-kart. It was really old, from a newspaper.
In another clip, Lewis described this go-kart as fifth hand.
So my first go-kart was a fifth-hand go-kart from the Loot newspaper.
That, coupled with the fact that he grew up on a council estate and yet still managed to get to the level that he's at today with all his accolades, is obviously mightily impressive, and his dad was a massive part of that. People have to focus on Lewis as the main star, but his dad played such a pivotal, crucial role in him being where he's at today.
And it was very, very expensive. So my dad had 4 jobs just to keep us going. He was going to London doing his normal job, which was IT at a railway station. And then he would come home, he'd be putting up for sales signs, vending machines, anything he could find a little bit of cash to, because it's so expensive.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, F1, the amount you have to pay per hour to do karting is mad. But the fact that his dad just came in clutch, doing all these different jobs so that his son could afford to become the superstar world champion that he is now, it's such an incredible story that gets overlooked. We all love to see how Lewis is now, but we don't see his come up, his rise, his origin.
There were times along the way where I remember I'd come home from school and I'd be like, I'm ready to go. And he'd be like, I'm sorry, we don't have the money this weekend, but hopefully by the next race, I'll have the money to keep us going.
His dad really did step up when he needed him the most. He was somebody that Lewis could always rely upon. Sure, Lewis is an incredible driver with a lot of skill, but it just goes to show it doesn't matter how skilled you are, if you don't have the support around you to help you get to a certain level, then you won't get there. But during the days before he made it big, before he entered the spotlight, his dad was there to just really aid him because of the fact that he obviously grew up not the most well off.
I remember the struggle. I remember how hard it was for my mum with the multiple jobs she had to keep a roof over mine and my 2 sisters.
So it's very evident that it's not just Lewis's dad that was a key part in him being where he is now, it's also his mom as well. She too had multiple jobs to ensure that Lewis and his siblings were taken care of. So she was definitely a key part in Lewis's success, which is greatly overlooked as well.